All right, we're going to begin. Go ahead and lay down flat on your back. Hey, Mandy, welcome. I was just mentioning that I'm recording today. So if you don't want to be in the video, you can just leave your camera off. We're going to lay down flat on our backs. I always like to recommend constructive rest pose. That's laying flat with my feet flat on the ground and my knees kind of knocking together. My feet here are as wide as my hips or wider. But any way that you feel comfortable laying down on your back will be perfect. If you're choosing constructive rest pose, you might like to press your feet into the ground so you can lift your hips up and then put them back down so you can feel your whole low back supported on the earth. You might like to pick up your upper body so that you can open the space between your shoulder blades and then put your upper back down. That feels good to me. Take your hands on your body, your lower belly to be exact, if that feels good to you. And begin to breathe into your hands. Long, slow, deep inhales and exhales through the nose or mouth. I'll recommend inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Something to try. With your hands on your belly, every inhale, feel your belly expand and rise as you fill with air. And as you exhale, feel your belly fall and your hands fall towards the ground. Really beginning to connect with this idea of flow as the air, the energy flows in and out of your system. Every time you exhale, relax a little bit more into the ground. Feel yourself fully supported here. And adding on a little bit here, we'll do an audible exhale. Just really getting the energy moving by using our voice. We'll try Brahmari breath, buzzing honeybee breath. So just normal inhales through your nose, and the exhale is a soft hum. Deep inhales through your nose. Exhale is a soft hum. Good morning, Alyssa. I was letting everyone know we're recording this morning, so if you don't want to be in the video, you can have your video off, but I love having you in the video too. We're laying flat on our backs, hands on our belly. We'll just breathe here for another moment or two. Welcome to incorporate the Brahmari honeybee breath in our exhales. Using our voice to really get the energy flowing here. And you can direct or feel the vibration of your breathing down into your belly space into our second chakra space. Soothing, but also stimulating this area. The second chakra, the seat of our creativity and ability to flow in this world. The element is water. Let's take 3 more long, buzzing breaths into this space. Feel free to use this Brahmari breath as much or as little as feels good to you during this class and during your day. The seed sound for the second chakra is ma. So you might also like to open your lips and let out ma sound come out if that feels good. Go ahead and invite your knees towards your chest. Head and shoulders stay relaxed down, and you can begin rocking side to side, massaging the low back. If you feel a strain in your shoulders and your upper back, just let your hands maybe just come behind your thighs, a little more gentle on the shoulders and neck. And then we'll begin creating circles with the knees. Sometimes it helps to put your hands right on your knees. And imagine that your knees are a paintbrush and you're drawing circles in the air, massaging your low back in a circular motion. And you can take little circles and then begin to create bigger and bigger circles. Don't forget to breathe into your belly space. A few more times, big circles in this direction. And then when you're ready, you can switch directions, drawing big circles the other way. And slowly making the circles smaller and smaller. Experiment with having your knees closer together or further apart. Experiment with moving more slowly or more quickly. And keep breathing as we wake up the low back, the hips, and this golden glowing light located just below the navel. When you're satisfied in this direction, try opening your knees really wide. And you can let your hands rest just inside your knees, and then maybe rock side to side again, or maybe make circles, just whatever feels good. Creating more space in this cradle of our hips and our low back, the cradle of our creativity and flow. So you can move in one direction, then the other. Remember, anything I say is just a suggestion. This class is all about you connecting with your body and your own energy, your own needs. So just from this shape, take any movements that feel right to you. If you're not sure what to do, you can look at the screen and copy what we're doing. While you're here, you might also like to roll your ankles, crack your toes, waking up through the feet. Couple more breaths here, just flowing and playing, maybe straightening and bending the legs a little more. Now we'll just invite left knee into the chest. Keep your right leg reaching long. Push through your right heel towards the sky. Inhale, really kick that heel up, and then gently lower your right heel all the way to the floor. And keep reaching through the heel away from your body the whole time, opening up the hip flexor on that side. When your right heel lands on the ground, you can relax your right leg completely, head and shoulders still relaxed, and use the strength of your arms to pull your left knee into your chest. And then just like we did before, we're going to start creating circles in this left hip. So just moving in a kind of a circular motion with the left hip. If it feels better, you can grab behind your thigh instead of your shin. Gentle circles in one direction for a few times and then the other direction. Really warming up these joints. Don't forget to breathe. Maybe an audible breath with the M sound, or ma, stimulating and soothing our second chakra space. And when you're satisfied, come to stillness in that left hip, squeeze in, and then we're going to take a little twist. So use your right hand outside your left leg to gently guide your left leg across your body towards the floor on the right. It doesn't have to go all the way to the floor, although it might. And you might rest into the stillness here or find a gentle rock. Left arm extends out to the left, or maybe a little cactus arm, maybe bend your elbow. And experiment with either having your head looking straight up or maybe turning your head to the left, completing the twist, as they say, but only if that feels good to you. Really deep belly breaths here. Make the most of the twist by massaging your internal organs. So nice deep breaths here, maybe audible breaths vibrating through your intestines. And then a little opportunity on your glute and hip. Take a loose fist with your left hand. And we'll do some depotement, which is some gentle pounding all around, if that feels good, on your hip joint. Just experiment all around what feels good. You might also prefer to do more of a massage thing. But just get your hands here on your glute, your hip. A few more seconds here. Breathe deep. If you've been doing the depotement, make sure to finish with some soft, loving touch after that little bit of strong touch. We want to soothe. And then as you're ready, gently guide your left knee back to the center, roll to your back. Squeeze your left knee in one more time. Invite your right knee in too, both knees into the chest, rock side to side. Little circles, whatever feels good to you. And then we'll take the second side. So keep your right knee in, extend your left leg straight up, and really push through your heel towards the ceiling. Flex your toes towards your face, really opening up the back of the leg. And inhale here, stretching your left heel up even more. And exhale slowly with control. Lower your left foot all the way to the ground. Keep reaching through your heel away from your body, opening the hip flexor. When your left heel reaches the ground, your left leg can relax completely. Shoulders and head relax down. And roll your ankles, crack your toes. And use the strength of your arms to really pull your right knee into your chest. And then you can release that grip a little bit and make some circles. It can feel really supportive to take your left hand to the ground and just use your right hand to do the circles. If you feel like you need a little more stability, your left arm being out on the ground could support. Yeah. A few circles in one direction and then the other. It doesn't matter how it looks, only how it feels. So close your eyes if you can, tune into the way it feels in your body. Buzzing exhales, sighing exhales. Just allow your voice to carry stagnant energy out of your body. Coming to stillness as you're ready, squeeze your knee in one more time. Then we'll take that twist. So use your left hand outside your right knee to gently guide your right leg across your body towards the floor on the left. Again, the knee doesn't have to come all the way down, although it might. Right arm extends to the right, or maybe bend your elbow so you have a little cactus arm. Head can be looking straight up or to the right. And rest in the stillness of this powerful twist, or maybe find a little rocking motion. Deep, deep belly breaths, helping the shape wring out your internal organs like a dirty dish rag. And strong, deep breaths, helping carry that energy, that dirty water out of the body. If it feels and sounds good to you, maybe use your right hand in a loose fist to provide some gentle deportment, gentle pounding all around your hip, your glute. Or maybe use your fingers to provide some gentle massage. And keep breathing. And if you are pounding, finish with some more gentle, soothing touch, some loving touch. Let's take 3 more breaths in the twist and the side. Maybe just let your arms come out in a T. And take some deep breaths. Every exhale, softening a bit more into the twist. As you're ready, roll to your back. Squeeze your right knee in. Squeeze your left knee in. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe if it feels good on your inhale, draw your forehead up towards your knees. Make a little ball. And exhale back down. We're going to come around to tabletop position. So there's lots of ways to do that. You can roll to your side and press up. You can also rock and roll forward along the length of your spine. Could feel good. Rock and rolls, we call that with the kids. And come on up and turn over. Great time for a sip of water, blow your nose, whatever. Resist the urge to check your phone. I'm going to have some tea, some water. Okay, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Make yourself just like a table. Tuck your chin slightly so you can stretch your head forward and your butt back in space, making a really flat table. Try pushing up and down a few times. Think about your upper back coming towards the sky and then sinking down without arching. We're doing cat-cow, just creating some space, pushing up and down in the shoulders. Toes can be tucked into the mat or press the top of the feet into the mat as long as you're strongly connected with your feet. And then as it's probably natural for you, as your body's probably asking for, we'll begin cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, tailbone up. Gently look forward. Think about your shoulder heads rolling away from your heart space. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, push the ground away. Belly button towards the spine, chin towards your chest. Really push into your hands and feet as you exhale completely. Inhale, belly down, tailbone up, shoulders away from the chest. Gently look up. Creating more space in the body here, more space for air. Exhale, around your spine, push all the air out. Use the shape of your body that you're creating to pump all the air out. Stagnant air from the bottom of the lungs. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling. And then continue like this. Find your own rhythm. Every inhale, dropping the belly, creating space in the body for more air. Every exhale, really compressing the body, pushing all the air out. Then, as it feels right to you, begin adding other movements. I like some round movements. Kind of moving my body in a circular motion. My head's along for the ride. If that one doesn't resonate for you, you can also just kind of wag your tail, creating a C shape with your spine side to side. We're going to be here for a couple more minutes, just moving through the hips, the low back, well, the whole back really. Feel free to bend your elbows and straighten them. You might come forward more into like a cobra pose. You might find yourself coming back more into a child's pose. Move your body freely here and breathe. The sacral chakra is about movement, flexibility, and flow. The earthy energy of the root gives us a good base to stand on, from which we can start to reach out into the world. And that's what we're doing with our second chakra. We're reaching out into the world. Here, the accent is on flow. Keep your mind on that concept of flow, and you'll feel the gentle push of energy rising up through you, through your hands and feet from the earth, up your legs and your arms, and then into your chakra system. And really like feel your second chakra glowing orange here, growing brighter as you flow and breathe. Keep moving, you're doing great. Allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. Really tune into the sensations of your own body. If being in this shape isn't working for you, feel free to change the shape. Maybe you tuck into your toes and send your butt high and continue to flow from a more down dog space. Or maybe knees staying down is really working for you. Keep moving, keep flowing, keep breathing. And maybe incorporate the sound of the M, or ma, as you breathe. The color of this chakra is bright orange. It's located about 3 inches below the navel and emits shining, translucent, iridescent light in every direction. Feel the glow fill your pelvic bowl, bathing your sexual organs, enlivening your desire and your capacity for pleasure. The element of this chakra is water. And though it is associated with the reproductive system, it also energizes and balances the organs associated with the movement of fluid. Kidneys, ureters, bladder, the lymphatic system, and to some extent, blood circulation. Its function is to keep everything gently moving, ebbing, and flowing in your body, but also in your life. So let's take about 30 more seconds of just creative movement here. Warming up all through the shoulders, the hips, the low back. Any movement that feels good. Find your flow. And come into more of a regular cat-cow, just so we can reconnect as a group here. Next time you inhale, drop your belly, inhale more, 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 inhale, 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 inhale. Gently retain the breath. Exhale when you're ready. Round your spine, tuck your chin, push the ground away. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep exhaling, exhale more. Get the last bit of air out of your lungs. Exhale more. And inhale, gently send your hips back, downward facing. Nope, child's pose. Your knees can be nice and wide if that feels good to you. Think again of creating a cradle for your second chakra. And allow your forehead to rest on the floor, or maybe make a little pillow with your hands stacked and rest your forehead on your hand pillow. And really rest here, which doesn't necessarily mean stillness. Rest sometimes is a flowing thing, right? A few breaths here. Really feeling the effects of all the powerful movement we just did. Feel the fluids moving in your body. Sense or imagine them. And we'll inhale, extend your arms forward towards the center. Exhale, both hands to the left. Maybe your right hand comes on top of the left hand. And then rest your forehead back down, or maybe your left ear, your right ear might come to the floor. Just getting a stretch on the side of the body, the right body. Breathe deeply into the side body here. Feel space opening up on your ribs. And inhale to the center as you're ready. Exhale, hands to the right. Maybe your left hand comes on top of the right hand. And then let your forehead rest down, or maybe your left ear. Inhale, both hands to the center. Exhale, settle into your child's pose one more time. Maybe a little wiggle through the hips. And then gently, as you're ready, press yourself back up to your all fours. Knees in line with the hips. Good time for a sip of water. Take a few more cat-cows or whatever feels good. I'm going to take a wrist stretch. That's what my body's asking for now. So just in the cat-cow position, I'm going to rotate my hands so that my fingers are pointing towards my knees, and take some circles, kind of stretching my wrists in every direction. Gently here. Make sure to make circles both ways. And then bring your weight towards your heels. Slowly peel up your hands. Slowly, slowly, all the way to the fingertips. When your fingers release, reach your arms up, maybe a little back bend. And then hands back down. And shake out your wrists as needed. And then back to your all fours position. Tuck your toes into the floor. Inhale, begin to draw energy up from your hands and your feet. And push yourself up a little bit so your knees hover over the mat. And then exhale, knees down. So we're basically just still in the all fours position, just with knees hovering. Try again. Inhale, press up. Knees hover. Reach back through your butt and reach forward through your head. Begin to create a little heat in the low belly. Exhale down. One more time, just like that. Press up. Hover the knees. Reach your head forward, your butt back, your heels back. Feel a little bit of a shake. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Send your hips high, down dog. Yes, and then bend one knee and then the other. Wag your tail, whatever your traditional movements are that you like to do in down dog. Let your head hang heavy away from your shoulders. Draw your shoulders up away from your ears. And come back to your breath as you move. Ma. Inhale as you're ready, float forward to plank, top of a push-up. Knees can be up or down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes. Inhale, peel up, chin, chest, maybe low ribs. Almost no weight in the hands. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Exhale, down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press up to plank or half plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet are going to come together to touch. Inhale, lift your right leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. So you're going to bend your knee and bring your knee stacked over your other hip, opening to the side. Notice if you're pressing more into one hand and try to press evenly into the two hands. And then we're going to do circles with the hip, just like we did before, but in this upside down position. A few times in one direction, and then a few times in the other direction. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, right foot down. Second side. Inhale, left leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. Bring your knee right over your hips. Press evenly into both hands so your chest is square with the ground. And then big circles. A few times in one direction with that hip. And then a few times in the other direction. Really building heat now, that's for sure. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, float forward to plank, top of a push-up, knees up or down. Exhale, lower all the way. Untuck your toes. Inhale, chin, chest, maybe low ribs. Squeeze your elbows together. Exhale, soften down to the ground. Tuck your toes. Inhale, up to plank or half plank. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose, 5 breaths. Take what you need. Long, deep breaths. Feeling that flow of air, of energy, of fluid through your body. Let your head hang heavy away from your shoulders. Draw your shoulders up your back. Your knees can be bent. That's going to be more supportive of your low back. I know some people are here having low back issues, aren't we all, right? So I want to see you bending your knees a little bit, which will be more supportive for your low back. Yeah. Okay, feet together to touch. Inhale, right leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, shift forward, knee towards your nose and all the way through. Set up for your lunge. Right foot right directly under the right knee. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward in space. Pop the back knee down. You can make a little pillow with your mat or an actual pillow if your knee needs support. Roll your chest or your shoulders away from your chest. We're going to breathe here. It might feel good to put your hands on blocks or pillows, or you might bring your hands all the way up on top of your thigh. And we're just going to breathe here. Make sure your front knee's not going over your front ankle. Might find some gentle little bounces here. You might choose to take your left hand and do some depotement on the front of your left hip flexor. All around. Some loving touch, whatever. Take 3 more good breaths here in this lunge. Maybe you're going forward a little bit more, opening a little more through the hips. Inhale, both hands high, maybe a little back bend, gentle. Exhale, both hands to the floor, frame your foot, lift your back knee. Big move, inhale, step back to plank or half plank, and exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here or child's pose before the second side. Meeting in down dog if you're not there already. Feet together to touch. Inhale, left leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, knee towards your nose and all the way through, setting up for the lunge on this side. If your leg doesn't quite make it, just help yourself out. Scoot it forward. You want a 90-degree angle more or less in the front leg. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward so that your hips are both pointing forward. And then gently drop your back knee down. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Roll your shoulders away from your chest. And you can stay just like this with hands down or maybe up on blocks or pillows. Or your hands can come on top of your leg. And we'll just breathe here. Maybe finding a gentle bounce if that feels good. Maybe finding a little flow that works for you. Moving around. Maybe doing a little bit of depotement on the front of your right hip flexor here. Most importantly, breathing and tuning into what your body needs. Inhale, sweep hands high, maybe a very gentle back bend. And exhale, both hands down, frame your foot, lift your back knee, big move. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. 5 breaths. And remember, we're gonna focus more on having bent legs in our down dog today, just to be really supportive of the low back. We're really nourishing our low backs here and our hips. No need to be a hero with the straight legs. If that feels really comfortable to you to have straight legs, go for it. But if you're struggling at all with these down dogs, go ahead and bend your knees as much as feels good. Meeting in down dog if you're not there already. Feet together to touch. Inhale, right leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, shift forward, find your lunge. Pull your left hip forward, right hip back. This time we'll keep the top leg, the top knee up. And we're going to bring both hands inside the right foot. So instead of framing the right foot, bring both your hands inside the right foot, coming to more of a lizard thing. So your hands are here. Inhale as you reach your head forward in space, creating more length in the spine. Yes. And then from here, you can stay just like this. This is certainly plenty. You might like to pop your back knee down. We're thinking more about opening here through this hip. So there's a few options. Stay just like this. That's a great option. Another option, flex your front foot to protect your knee, and your knee can come out to the side a little bit. You can even use your right hand to push your right knee to the side. Yeah, so I'm kind of leaning into my left hand and pushing my right knee away. I have a gentle rocking going on. So that's another option. And just make sure your foot's flexed, protecting your knee. Another option is with your foot flat. Don't forget to really reach your head forward, creating space in the spine, and then maybe coming to the elbows on the floor. Maybe. It's a lot and it's early in the day. So these are 3 shapes to experiment with. Find some gentle rocking. We're going to be here for about 1 more minute. This is our peak posture today. So breathe deeply. Maybe provide some vibrations with your voice. Soothing and stimulating your sacral chakra. Soothing and supporting your hips and low back. About 30 more seconds here. Maybe an opportunity to go a little bit deeper, or maybe this is a great time to come out of it a little bit if it's feeling a little too intense. Take an even bigger breath to prepare your body to move. And if there's some other little variation you like to do in this position, please take that now. One is maybe a simple twist where you reach your right hand to the sky. That feels good to me. Or maybe your right hand reaches back. Well, this is showing a beautiful variation where your right arm goes behind your back too. Gently prepare yourself to come out of it. So both hands on the ground. Gently wiggle your right foot so it's between your hands. Lift the back knee. Inhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up. Knees can be up or down. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, back bend of your choice. If you want to do upward facing dog, this is a great time. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Send your hips to down dog or child's pose. 5 breaths. This is your rest time. Long, deep breathing. Maybe bend your knees, supporting your low back a little more. And we'll bring feet together to touch for the second side. Inhale, left leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring your foot forward, find your lunge. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward in space. And then you're going to walk your left foot out to the left, so both your hands are inside the left foot. So I can see in the mirror that, or in the camera, that my back is really hunchy here. So I'm going to roll my shoulders back and then come back down so I have a more flat back. Reach your head forward. Get really long through the spine. And you can pop your back knee down or have it up, whatever feels good. So just like before, these are all the options. Just stay here, breathe. Another option is to flex your front foot to protect the knee and then let your knee fall out to the left. Change the angle, maybe so you can see. I'm using my left hand to gently push my left knee out, leaning into my right hand a little bit. Make sure you flex your front foot to protect your knee. And another option is to, after lengthening through the spine, come down to your elbows. Ugh, I can do it so well on the other side, this side, no way. It's almost like I'm an organic human animal. So we'll be here about 2 more minutes. Find your edge. Find the position that works for you. You have to totally reset. Breathe deeply into your hips. And reconsider the concept of flow as you breathe. Long, slow, deep breathing, maybe with an M sound. Ma is the seed sound of this chakra. Take any variations that feel good to you or sound like they might feel good. Maybe you reach your left hand to the sky, your heart twisting towards your left knee. Maybe your left arm reaches back. Or maybe you do a wrap behind you. Maybe you invent something new. We're really working on our creativity here, so it's a great time to invent something new. About 30 more seconds. See how else you can express yourself here. Express how you're feeling, express anything. We hold a lot in our hips, so it would be very common to feel emotions rising here. Maybe have an emotional release that you're not expecting and maybe not understanding. That's just the wisdom of the body, using this opportunity to release old stories, old traumas, old stagnant energy from the body, from the hips. Take a really big breath to prepare your body to move. Lift the back knee. And as you're ready, step back to plank. Oh gosh, hip flexors, am I right? Drop your knees or leave them up. Exhale, lower to the floor. Back bend of your choice. And exhale down. Inhale, press up to plank or half plank. Exhale, child's pose. For me, after that strong hip flexor opening, I like to have my legs close together like in traditional child's pose and my hands back, creating like a little shape for my body to kind of drape over. But you might also just like to have your normal wide cradle version of child's pose. So honor what your body needs here. We're gonna take one more little flow and then we're gonna rest. So gently bring yourself to down dog. Make sure you have space on either side of you. Preparing to flip the dog for those of us for whom that's in our practice. I know I have to make more space because I'm really close to the wall here. All right. Downward facing dog. Feet together to touch. Move to the right of your space so that you have more space on your left. And inhale, right leg high, really high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hips. And I know before we were pressing evenly into both hands, but now we're going to let the weight come more to the left, more to the left. As your left foot falls towards the floor, or your right foot falls towards the floor on the right, maybe your foot comes all the way down and you reach for the sky. Flipping your dog, also known as wild thing, lots of names. Maybe your flip doesn't happen all the way this time. That's cool. You can just really let your head, your foot hang heavy to the left. Feel a big opening on the right side. Everybody gently come back to the center. And then let your foot gently come to the floor. Take a couple breaths to reset. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Maybe shake out your wrists. Maybe congratulate yourself on doing a cool thing or on trying a cool thing. My wrists need a little love. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and then we're going to rest. So take yourself to down dog, feet together to touch. Move to the left side of the mat so you have more room on the right side of your body. And inhale, left leg high, really high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Imagine that you're Left foot is so heavy that it's coming down towards the floor, flipping your body. Maybe your left foot comes all the way to the floor as you reach your left hand to the sky. Doesn't matter how it looks, only how it feels. Find something that feels good. Breathe here for a few breaths, or maybe your foot stays up. And then when you're ready, gently flip it around. Back to down dog. Take the next minute to move freely, either in down dog or any position that's calling to you. Find your flow. Take a couple vinyasas if your body's asking for that. And we're heading towards Savasana. So eventually coming to your back. You might like to grab, we're gonna do Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose for our Shavasana. It might feel nice to you to have a couple pillows or blocks nearby to go under your knees, so you just feel extra supported. So maybe grab a couple pillows, but you absolutely don't need them. They're just extra support. So taking any last movements you need. I have my pillows on either side of me here by my knees. And first I'm gonna lay just like we did at the beginning, feet flat on the ground, constructive rest. Then I'm gonna bring my feet, the soles of my feet together, my knees out. Also known as butterfly pose, you know? And this already feels really good, just letting my knees gently fall out. The further your heels are from your butt, your body, the more gentle it's going to be. If you scoot your heels closer to your body, it's going to be a little stronger of an opening. And you can stay just like this, or it can feel really nice to put little pillows under your knees so that they're super supportive. Even though my knees naturally open pretty far, wow, as soon as I put the pillows, I can just feel my low back and my low belly relax. So consider the pillows if you haven't done that before. And either place both hands just below your navel on your second chakra space, or maybe one hand there and one hand on your heart. Make sure you're totally comfortable. Take any little wiggles or scratches that you need so that you feel satisfied to rest, prepared to be totally still for about 5 minutes. And when you found that really comfortable, supported position, let's take 3 more breaths together with audible exhales. Remember, the seed sound for this chakra is ma, ma. The vowel sounds, the ah, that moves the energy, and the consonant sounds, the m, that directs the energy. So as you exhale your ma, sense or imagine those vibrations and that energy going to your second chakra space, glowing orange. 3 big breaths together. Big inhale through the nose. Ma. And you can continue just like that for the rest of the practice. That would be really powerful. Or you can also just let go of that too and rest fully in this moment. Feel your body completely supported here by the earth. the stability of the earth and your root chakra, providing a safe space for your creative flow. Feel all the flowing fluid within you. Let there be gentle, steady flow within as well as all around your body. Feel your circulation free and easily flowing. Feel the fluid circulating in your tissues. Feel the cleansing and healing of the water in your body. Gently cleansing, healing, and balancing. Gently flowing. Feel yourself nurtured here. Let yourself receive. Feel the pleasure of being nurtured. Let yourself receive nurturing. If you have a few more minutes to rest here in Supta Baddha Konasana, I definitely recommend you take advantage of that. It would also be it would be possible that you would feel a lot of creative inspiration or flow after this. So it's a great time to journal. Or if you play an instrument, maybe grab your instrument. If you got to get back to work or whatever, maybe a little singing, a little creative movement, put on some music you like and dance around the kitchen as you watch your dishes. Really lean into two concepts today: flow and the fact that your creativity is important, a nourishing energy in your body, not only for yourself, but for the world and everyone around you. So that's your homework today. Find your flow, tap into your creativity. Thanks so much for being here, for sharing your practice and your presence. Reach out anytime, and I'll see you next week. It's Thanksgiving. I'm definitely going to be doing a class on gratitude at the same time. Hope to see you there. Love you all so much. Namaste.